I hate to be the one to tell you this, but living in America as an immigrant is tough. If you're here with student visa, which is F1 visa, you can only work under specific conditions like during your summer break or winter break with CPT. But once you get graduate, it's get even trickier with OPT period and navigating the visa options. Now, I get so many LinkedIn messages these days asking, "So Young, how are you working and living in US right now?" So today I want to talk about the visa that I'm currently on, and the visa process and the requirements, the costs, and some of my personal experience about navigating the US immigration system. So let's get into it. So for those of you who don't know me well, I'm currently based in Los Angeles and I've lived in LA for almost 7 years. But I was born in Seoul, South Korea, and moved to US because of my school. So I started my journey with F1 student visa, and then I went through CPT for my internship. And after I graduated, I did OPT, and then my company sponsored me for H-1B visa, but I wasn't selected in the lottery. So that's when I had to explore other options and found my own way to an O-1B visa. Now, some of you might consider getting H-1B visa after you graduate, but let me be real, H-1B visa is tied to one company and you cannot do any kind of like freelancing or getting a second job. And the lottery system is completely unpredictable. So you could be the best candidate to go into the lottery, but if you're not selected, then basically you're out of luck. The O-1B visa, on the other hand, is for people who are with extraordinary ability in their field. And at first, I thought like there's no way that I'm qualified for O-1B because I don't have a Nobel Prize and I don't have any awards. But it turns out that extraordinary ability just means that you're highly recognized and specialized in your field. So if you have a strong portfolio, publications, and some kind of like work experience with industry recognitions, I think you can qualify. So let's get into the actual process. The first thing that I did was contact 5 different immigrant lawyers, and I had consultation with 3 of them, and some of them required a consultation fee of $100 to $180, and each one gave me an estimate of my chances of approval. And I actually hired a wrong lawyer at first. He was unresponsive and he had really bad communication skills and seemed like he's annoyed whenever I called him and asked questions. And since O-1B visa requires tons of paperwork and communication with lawyers, I had to switch another lawyer who was much more reliable. Step 2 is building up your case. So to qualify for O-1B visa, you would need to meet at least 3 out of 7 criteria. So for my case, first I had internationally recognized awards. I won multiple design awards like Spark Design Awards, A Design Awards, IF Design Awards, Idea Awards, and Indigo Design Awards. And to make my case even more stronger, I applied to even more design competitions before submitting my visa. And second, I had published work and media coverage. So my work was covered in design magazines such as like Art Forum or major industry publications. So if you don't have press coverage yet, one way to boost your case is to submit your work to blogs or trade magazines or industry news platform. And third, I had critical roles in reputable organizations. So while working in agency, I led projects for a big brand like McDonald's, La Roche-Posay, Bayer, Dyson's, Capital One, those kind of big brands. And I also interned in Hitachi America, which is a Fortune 500 company. And since my role was essential to this kind of projects, it helped me qualify under this category. And then finally, I had scholarly contributions. So I have my MFA degree at USC and my master's thesis from there played a big role in my case. So if you have master's or PhD degree, then it really strengthens your application, I believe. So for proof, I had to submit over 200 pages of documentations, including my portfolio, awards, publications, and recommendation letters. Now let's talk about actual steps to apply. First, you will need to hire immigration lawyer because you cannot apply to O-1B visa by yourself. You would need to get a lawyer to apply them. Then you will need to gather evidence, and that means that you have to compile everything from your work experience, your press features, portfolio, and recommendation letters. And since I didn't want to be tied to just one company, I went with an independent agent instead of employer-based O-1B. And this means that I got US citizens to act like my sponsor, which allowed me to work for multiple companies and do freelance work. I also had to submit the letters of intent showing that I had work opportunities lined up for the next 3 years. Let's talk about money because this visa is not cheap. It's one of the most expensive visas. So here's the breakdown of what I paid. For design awards, I think I paid around $1,500. And for lawyer in total, I paid $6,500. And I told you before that I changed lawyer. And my first lawyer asked me to pay initial pay of $3,500, which is non-refundable. And my second lawyer asked me to pay $3,000. So in total, the lawyer fee was $6,500, and the USCIS filing fee was separate. It was $3,540, and I did expedite everything since I don't have any time. So it's optional, but I paid for premium processing fee. And then I had to do embassy interview in Korea, which was free, but I had to pay for my travel to Korea. Now let's go over the timeline. October 8th, I had first consultation with my second lawyer, and my first lawyer did not do anything. He was basically waiting for me to finishing up my portfolio and getting results from the design awards, so he did not do anything. So I officially started my visa from November 23rd, and December 20, my visa was approved. I did apply it as a premium processing visa, which took me around 11 days to get the results. And then after my visa is approved, I need to go to the embassy interview in Seoul, South Korea. So I had embassy interview in January 3rd. I did expedite the interview because I was really in a hurry. Embassy interview was super chill. He was basically asking what I did in the past and what I will do when I go back to States, which only lasted about, I believe, 7 minutes. So it was super chill, it was fun. And then January 9, I came back to US and started my new job. So from start to finish, my O-1B visa process took about 2 months, which was pretty quick because I applied everything through premium processing. I know visas are one of the most stressful things, especially if you're immigrant in US. You have to think about it all the time. When you're applying for a job, they might ask you, do you need sponsorship? Do you need visa sponsorship? And that kind of stresses you out, and there's so much paperwork to prepare, and you have to just feel really uncertain about your future, and that might stresses you out. And when I was applying for O-1B visa, I failed H-1B lottery, so I was really desperate to get this visa. I really struggled a lot to get the clear information about this visa because none of my friends got this visa previously. So I hope this video helped you to understand O-1B visa better. And if you have any questions, just feel free to just drop them in the comments. I'll try my best to answer them all. And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe my channel if you find this helpful. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!